Good afternoon and welcome to match week 15 of the Liberty A-League, with Melbourne Victory playing hosts to Adelaide United in the Pride Cup as part of the Pride celebrations across the A-Leagues this week. We welcome you this afternoon from Amy Park on Kulin land of the Wurundjeri people. And starting this afternoon with a quick look at the Victory lineup, sees for the first time this season a team without Alex Chidiac having returned to her NWSL side racing Louisville. It's Alana Murphy who slots into the 11 alongside Melina Ayres, a welcome return for both of these players to the starting side. Leah Privatelli returns to the matchday squad and he's on the bench today. Adrian Stenter makes just the one change to his starting 11, Melinda J. Barbieri coming into the side, while last year's Julie Dolan medalist Fiona Wirtz returns to the matchday squad and is on the bench this afternoon alongside young Matilda Amelia Murray. Of course, there is Jeff Hopkins, one of the A-League's most decorated coaches. In his 7th season with the team, he's led Melbourne Victory to 2 consecutive championships and looking to continue his side's prominence this afternoon. Young fans with the flags and scarves, excellent to see out at Amy Park this afternoon. And what is an important fixture for both of these teams, perhaps slightly different reasons. And it is Mindy Barbieri who gets things underway for Adelaide United in what is an important game for Adelaide, a team that has, fair to say, struggled scoring goals this season. And Ish, how do you think Adrian Stenter's side will address that form for the afternoon?
It's frustrating, isn't it, if you've had such a positive season and one of the best finishes, and then to have the complete opposite. But obviously they're struggling to score goals, and that's a critical thing for Adelaide. Look pretty tight at the back. They're not conceding too many, but it's always a difficult moment when you aren't putting away those chances. I mean, it's great that they're creating the chances, but really need to be more clinical in front of goal. Probably one of those ones, Grace, where Fiona Wirtz is sitting on this bench there and wondering, you know, when am I going to get my opportunity? Julie Dolan, medal winner last season, leading goal scorer. Clearly, Adrian Stenter has to find a way to get her involved in this game today.
Yeah, well, mysteriously, she was in the stands in Adelaide's last fixture. She's worked her way back to the bench today. And look, perhaps that will be the move for Fiona Wirtz, playing an impact role as opposed to a full 90 minutes.
Yeah, and it just depends how mentally she approaches that as well, and whether she finds that.
Zimmerman with a breakout wide, and it's in the box for Beatty Goad. Looks to get that strike away, and it's just slipped past the outside post, but there's an early opportunity for Melbourne Victory to open scoring here at Amy Park.
Beatty Goad has to do better. She has to get that on target. Great ball in behind. There's definitely space in these wide areas early on, but she has to hit that back towards where it came. Just pass it into that far corner. At least get Annalie Grove to make a save, but just completely scuffed it, didn't she?
Dorber just pointing for instruction, but can't find the pass. Beatty Goad will look to stream forward. As Sasaki just slowing things down. Melina Ayres, a good physical battle with McCormick. Ayres will deliver into the box, and it's found its way into the back of the net. Melina Ayres, her 6th goal in just her 6th appearance of the season. Melina Ayres welcomes herself back to the starting side. And Melbourne Victory take the lead here at Amy Park.
I must admit, I didn't think that was a particularly good ball down in that channel with Melina Ayres running away from goal, but she's just got that physical strength, doesn't she? Just out-muscles the Adelaide defender and sneaks that in. Was there a deflection? It was an awkward one for Annalie Grove. Really feel for her there, but some poor defending. But as you say, impact player Melina Ayres comes back in from injury and already on the score sheet.
Captain Kayla Morrison at the back. Centre-half partnership alongside Claudia Bunge. She's been immense this season for Victory, having returned from that ACL injury and done so in quite a fashion. 4 goals for the season from your centre-back is not a bad return.
That's the type of Claire Polkinghorne stats, isn't it? Centre-backs who score goals. Absolutely love that. Look, that's critical as well. If you want to be a successful team, you need to rely on more than one goal scorer. And it's always good. We spoke before about the set pieces as well. It's crucial that your defenders are contributing towards your attack as well.
Well, speaking of goal scorers, Chelsea Dorber just with a sniff there, but for Adelaide, just the 4 goal scorers of the season so far. Melbourne Victory, on the other hand, and to your point, Ish, 9 different goal scorers.
It makes a huge difference, Grace. You know this, and it also takes the pressure off your goal scorers. Kind of disappointed. Decent ball in. I thought it might have been great. I just feel like Chelsea Dorber, take a risk there. Throw a leg in. Yeah, what great form Alex Chidiac has been in. Not just for the Victory, but also for the Matildas as well, popping up and scoring a goal against Jamaica last week. Big loss for the Victory, not just her style of play and her ability, but her leadership as well in the middle of the park.
Indeed, huge loss. Alex Chidiac, 6 goals, 5 assists for the season, but Adelaide is on the attack here. It's a lovely touch. Barbieri, can she get a shot away? It's a good centering ball, and it is a nice finish from Adelaide. A nice cutback. And a good run from Barbieri. And Adelaide have found their equaliser.
That was a nice passage of play there from Adelaide. Just kept probing. Just dinking the little ball. That was a great little round the corner ball, wasn't it? But Melbourne Victory defenders all just stood still. Too static. You can see Casey Dumont when she came up yelling at the Victory players. The ball goes in behind them and they've effectively stood still.
Oh, it was really well worked, that ball, that touch around the corner, the cut back from Barbieri, and the finish from Misha Westland in her first for the season.
It was clever, wasn't it? Really clever. Just also like that in anticipation from Barbieri.
Zimmerman winds one up. It's a good strike from Zimmerman.
Thought the goalkeeper may have got a touch on that. I think that might be a corner. No?
Perhaps a question of whether or not Annalie Grove got a little snicko touch there. But Zimmerman, who has been important to this Melbourne Victory side and has come back into excellent fashion, as I mentioned, following the return of that broken leg. It almost did look like that scraped a fingertip of Grove there.
It definitely did, didn't it?
Both teams struggling just to settle possession down, not hitting the safe percentage passes, you'd say, looking for some more difficult options.
Yeah, well, that's twofold, isn't it? Are the options on? Do they not have enough options for their players? And is it just poor decision-making as well? And I think it's probably a little bit of both. Obviously, both teams want to try and utilise the width of this team and exploit the opposition in those wide areas, but unopposed passes under no pressure whatsoever that aren't actually getting to their teammates really does need to be tidied up.
Amy Jackson, the 35-year-old for Melbourne Victory, former Melbourne City player and young Matilda. And only 3 starts for the season. This one is her 4th today, Amy Jackson. And impressive to see her still going with Melbourne Victory in the way that she can. Her physicality, her fitness, her experience that she brings to this side.
Yeah, absolutely. And she'd be crucial for Jep Hopkins, particularly at the age she is, with her experience within the A-League women. And, you know, understanding her role, maybe she's not always going to be a starter. Maybe physically, the pace of the game, maybe slightly getting away from her. But crucial to have someone of her calibre in the squad and helping out and stepping up when required.
Adelaide United have picked themselves up another corner here. And Sasaki wanders over to prepare to take it. She'll be hoping for a better delivery to that of her first. Let's have a look to see if this second delivery can have a bit more quality behind it. Sasaki lofts it in to the centre of the box. McCormick is up, challenged well by Nash. Adelaide looking for an option and Melbourne just scruffing to clear. It's Chelsea Dorber who gets a toe in and nods that home for Adelaide's second. Casey Dumont can't do anything about that. She was left alone, and Chelsea Dorber, for her 4th goal of the season, puts Adelaide in front.
Casey Dumont not happy with her defence there. Again, we saw that on the first goal for Adelaide United. Melbourne Victory defence just switched off. The ball's come out of play. There's challenges in the box from the corner, and everyone's just stood still and ecstatic. And Chelsea Dorber just loitering around there. There was kind of question marks whether she was offside, but no, it came up a Victory defender. Chelsea Dorber just pokes that home, and what a wonderful confidence boost for Adelaide.
Well, striker's instinct that by Chelsea Dorber. She has done well to poke that one into the back of the net. Zimmerman sizes it up. Murphy swivels, finds Jess Nash, who looks to re-deliver. It's well cleared by McCormick. Nat Tatham will just lob this one back in. And it's Belina Ayres, skews her shot. Can't quite get her head or chest over the strike, but unconvincingly cleared there by Adelaide.
There's definitely question marks of whether that could be offside or not as well. Linesmen, no need to put their flag up when there's no chance on goal. But yeah, definitely was offside, wasn't it, Grace?
Solid header there. Dorber has her pocket picked. Melbourne will look to find a way through again, but it's Adelaide who picked this up. Early ball over the top from Dorber. Sasaki, nice touch from Barbieri. Jess Nash looks to close down, but it's a nice strike. Just seen around the near post from Casey Dumont, as we have confirmation there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this half, as Adelaide continued to look dangerous late in this first 45 minutes.
And Jess Nash really needed to just clear that ball out of the danger area.
Emily Hodgson with a great forward run. Waldus looks forward early, but a little too much weight behind that pass, and Casey Dumont will clear as Rebecca Durkow calls half-time. So at half-time it has been an arm wrestle of 45 minutes, with Adelaide just shading the lead. Goals opening from Melina Ayres to put Melbourne Victory in front, only to see a response from Misha Westland and Chelsea Dorber, and at half-time it is Melbourne Victory 1, Adelaide United 2. So from what we can see, no changes yet here at Amy Park, but no doubt we'll see some fresh legs soon, as 3 points has never been more important for Adelaide United this afternoon. But equally so, Melbourne Victory are wanting to consolidate their position in the top 4, the chasing pack. If this result should stay as is, gives just a little glimmer of hope to Perth Glory, Canberra United, who are hot on the tail of Melbourne Victory in that 4th position.
But the first half's anything to go by, Grace, then we're going to see more goals here. It's been a pretty even affair so far. A few little errors there, plenty of space, as we've said. Down the left-hand side for Adelaide, Beattie Goad getting in behind Paige Hayward and giving her a torrid time in the first half. So, I mean, if I was Jeff Hopkins, I would be saying more of the same. And conversely, I'm sure Adrian Stenter has had a word with Paige Hayward just about not really getting drawn into the ball, just trying to maintain her position and make sure Victory don't get in behind on that side.
Have a look here at Grace Wilson.
Love that.
That's fantastic.
Come on, Grace Wilson. Love the rainbow flag hairdo.
That is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
Kellen Knight moving freely this afternoon. Trying to find Zimmerman on that cross, but it's not quite hit to her directed outcome she would have been looking for. But at least Kellen Knight, you have to say, is playing with a little bit more fluidity this afternoon, looking more comfortable on the ball than recent weeks, the Matilda.
And that's where Elise Kellett want to be, in those little pockets in between the midfield and the attackers there, just trying to join in with the play. And I'd like to see her get forward a little bit more, that lethal left foot. And I mean, KK did start live.
Tatham looks to re-enter, and it's Zimmerman who can push that into the back of the net, but she will be denied by the offside flag. The Melbourne Victory were testing, they were probing, and Tatham, with what had been a marvellous overlapping run, only denied by the offside flag.
Yeah, real wake-up call for Adelaide United there. Just switching off at the back. I mean, great ball then. Was she offside there? I'm gonna kind of question that. I'm not sure she was. Very, very tough call. Jenna McCormick almost looked like she was in line. We'll give the assistant referee the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I think there is Fiona Wirtz. Ayres will cut that back to Kellen Knight. Waldis has done well just to relieve the pressure, but only momentarily, only as far as Jackson, who will look to rebuild again through Tatham.
Absolutely no need for Chelsea Dorber to be kicking at the heels of Natalie Tatham there. I was saying before, Grace, about Fiona Wirtz, she must be, no strikers like sitting on the bench, do they? Absolutely not. But
well, we just mentioned there it will be Leah Privatelli, the first substitute of the afternoon, to take the place of Alana Murphy, who's had a good shift for the afternoon. Leah Privatelli, the 28-year-old, such a great club player for Melbourne Victory. The one goal for the season too. Lisa Kellen Knight will line up here and look for the opportunity. It's off the crossbar. It had beaten Annalie Grove. Lisa Kellen Knight's got an eye for goal this afternoon.
Exactly what we said. When Kellen Knight is further up the pitch, she's got such a lethal left foot. And that's really where you want her. You want her on this 18, 20 yards. Geez, that wasn't too far away, was it?
Oh, that's neat from Melina Ayres, and Zimmerman. She looks to line that one up, but she will be denied again. Her head's back in frustration. You can see exactly what she thinks about that one.
Yeah, it's a couple of times now the Victory being called offside. You just start to get the feeling that the momentum is really in their favour. Kellen Knight with that exceptional shot hitting the crossbar. And then another offside, which could have been a goal. This is crucial time for Adelaide United.
Kellen Knight. Nash back to Kellen Knight. Bunge. A long searching ball to Privatelli, and it's a good ball at that. Leah Privatelli. The offside flag again, standing in her way. It was a good play from Melbourne Victory. Leah Privatelli looking energetic since coming on.
Well, great ball in there. Shame again. What's that third chance? This is where Victory now, they need to start tightening up and start sharpening up on those offsides as well. Just give yourself half a yard, a little bit half a yard more. But definitely feel that the momentum is with the Melbourne Victory at the moment.
Well, there is that offside statistic. Melbourne Victory with 4 for the afternoon to Adelaide's 1. And it is chances that look good up until that final moment when they just haven't checked their lines. But here come Melbourne Victory yet again. Zimmerman will wind up from distance, and it is a spectacular strike. Catherine Zimmerman for her first goal of the season. And what a way to get her scoring underway for the campaign.
Well, Zimmerman did have that strike in the first half, didn't she? Where Annalie Grove, we thought, got fingertips to it. And she's done it again. What a superb effort. Just wondering whether there was a slight little deflection from the defender, but I don't think there was. Nothing on it. Right into the top corner. What a wonderful strike. See, I have a little look up there. See that Annalie Grove was slightly off her line. And what an absolute cracker of a goal.
Fiona Wirtz, last year's Julie Dolan medalist and Golden Boot, and what she can produce in these last 15 minutes of regulation time.
Well, it's a big opportunity to prove Adrian Stenter wrong, and for keeping her on the bench for Fiona Wirtz. So you think she'd have plenty of energy chasing this ball down now, but also she needs her teammates to give her and provide her with those opportunities as well.
Well, Amelia Murray and Fiona Wirtz, a goal apiece for the season so far. So no doubt Adrian Stenter looking to find all 3 points from this fixture this afternoon. Westland, she's worked hard today. Finds the feet of Dorber. And Hodgson concedes back to Waldus. Good run inside from Hodgson. She has space. Westland will look first time. Looked as though it was sailing wide, but Casey Dumont takes no risks. Little touch with the outside of her right foot, finds Morrison and comfortably. Good composure between her and Jackson, just to relieve the pressure momentarily from Melbourne Victory's defence. But Tatham will send that header the wrong way. She'll work hard, but it will be a corner for Adelaide. And should this result stay as is, as Tatham goes down a little innocuously there, Melbourne Victory, should this result stand, still sitting in 4th with a game in hand over Canberra United in 5th and 3 points as well. Adelaide, again, should this result remain, will move up into 8th position. It will be Sasaki again. Floats a ball into the 6-yard box, and McCormick, she's on target, but it's a great save by Casey Dumont.
Yeah, another big high. Was it Waldus? Got that just sneaking into the top corner. Looked reasonably comfortable for Casey Dumont in the end there. But big opportunity. Come off her shoulder even. Maybe just didn't quite connect with it properly.
Jess Nash looks for the early ball. The fresh legs of Eliadis will help that one on. Melina Ayres sums that up. And Eliadis with the first-time strike. It's well saved by Annalie Grove. And she had to be on her toes.
Big chance for victory there. Melina Ayres again just showing her pace and, her strength and her determination. Just getting that ball down. Eliadis did really well. She played that ball in and then continued her run just to see what happened, taking a chance. Trying to place that into the far corner, but Annalie Grove, very good save.
Eliadis, good ball in. Bunge is at the mercy of the contact on that kick, and Morrison can't redirect that one in what is surely Melbourne Victory's last passage. And there is the full-time whistle as Bector Cal calls time on this one in what would have been a spectacular finish to this match. So the points can't be separated here this afternoon at Amy Park, taking a point apiece. It was Melina Ayres who opened the scoring, followed by a Westland equaliser. Dorber for her 4th of the season, and a second-half goal by Kath Zimmerman. Full-time here, we are Melbourne Victory 2, Adelaide United 2.